Good morning, everyone. This is Todd Brow with Senior Insurance Marketing, and we are happy to have Nick Micheletti from Heartland Financial on the webinar today. He's going to talk to you about an exciting product that just came out just recently, the hospital indemnity product, and it has a lot of great features for your clients. Also, if you're into the Medicare Advantage market, it's a great complementary product to add if you're selling the Medicare Advantage product. So without further ado, I'm going to swing it over to Nick. But before I swing it over to Nick, I just want to let you know that I have all the lines muted. So if you do have any questions, feel free to put it in the question and answer box, and we'll be happy to answer your questions as we go along here. So without further ado, I'm going to swing it over to Nick. And Nick, tell us more about the Heartland National Hospital Indemnity product.
Great. Thank you, Todd, and thank you for having me on today's call. Before I get started, I just want to give thanks to Senior Insurance Marketing for allowing me to come on and give you guys a little bit more details about our hospital indemnity plan that we launched last fall. As Todd alluded to, it's been a great complementary product to Medicare Advantage sales, and we're even finding it to be a complementary product in the younger space as well. One thing you'll find out about this product is its issue age is 18 to 85, so not only is it a great fit in the MA market and the MAPD market, but also we've seen some opportunities in that younger age market with the environment that we're seeing with healthcare nowadays. So, as Todd mentioned, my name is Nick Micheletti. I'm the Director of Operations here at Heartland National Life Insurance Company. My email address is on that screen in front of you. Before we get going, I do want to urge everyone to take a look at this next screen. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on here at Heartland is being there for you, not only in the beginning to get you contracted and train you on the products that we have available, but then really to be your support when you need us most. So the next screen I just recently added to our presentation. If you want to take a quick picture of that, that's going to be all of the contacts and resources that you have when you're working with Heartland National. So you can see my information on there, contracting, agency services, all the way down to Brandon Reed in our marketing department as well. On the right-hand side is a snapshot of all the different phone numbers that you may need as well. So whether you're calling tele-underwriting or you need the new business fax number, it's all available on that screen right there. You can also find that information on your Contact Us tab under Heartland at your Heartland Agent portal, and that's going to be www.heartlandagent.com. You'll be able to log in. Your writing number is going to be your username, and your password will be unique to yourself. So we'll show you how to actually do that at the end of the webinar today. One thing I want to make sure that we do is go over the quoting tool for the hospital indemnity plan. Not only is it a great product that fits in a lot of different respects in terms of our market, but the quoting tool really gives our agents the ability to kind of plug and play with benefits to make sure you're hitting price point that you're looking for your clients, as well as even getting them involved in the process by saying, hey, maybe you want this rider, or how much coverage do you want with this rider here. And we've always seen when you've got the client involved and they're helping build the plan and you're tailoring it to their individual need, that business typically sticks on the book quite a bit longer. So, with all that said, we're going to jump into today's presentation. We're going to give a quick introduction into who Heartland National Life Insurance Company is. Then we'll talk about how to actually build the product, because I know that many times agents here, you need to be packaging the hospital indemnity plan with your Medicare Advantage plan sales. But what does that really mean? So we're going to break that down for you and actually show you how to build a Heartland National Secure Advantage Flex Hospital Indemnity Plan around a Medicare Advantage plan that you may see in your market. And then we're going to take a dive into the benefits of the plan. So if you've got questions, as Todd mentioned, go ahead and type those into the question box, and I will do my best to address those. But we'll dive into the benefits, take a deeper look into the plan highlights and the different riders that are available. Then we'll talk about why the plan is important, not only for consumers, but as well for you as agents. And then again, go back to heartlandagent.com. That's going to be your agent portal, your resource. You'll be able to track commissions, track applications, being able to pull up the quoting tool in the application. So all the different resources that an agent may need working with Heartland National, they'll be able to find at heartlandagent.com. So a little bit about Heartland National. We are licensed in 36 states. That was a recent expansion. About 2 years ago, we were in 20 states. Now we are all the way up to 36 states. So that just kind of represents our commitment to expanding our national footprint and offering competitive senior market products, not only now, but well into the future. We are located here in Blue Springs, Missouri. Our corporate office is. All of our policy admin is out of Salt Lake City, Utah. We specialize in senior market products. We've had a Medicare supplement product available for a number of years now. We actually had a 1.0 version of the hospital indemnity plan available as well. It was more of a package product. All the benefits were built into it, and you took it as it was. It was kind of a one-size-fits-all approach. But that's what's really given us the knowledge and expertise is watching that block of business grow, listening to our agents and to our customers, and understanding that maybe we needed to create a product that was more of an a la carte style plan. And that's what we've really done with the Flex plan, hence the name. But essentially, you build your base plan, and then you've got 7 different riders that you can attach to it to really customize the product. And as well, we've got some new developments going on with Heartland National. We've got an expedited commission payment process. So whether you're just an individual agent or an agency, I know that this is something everybody is liking to get paid faster, of course. So as soon as you submit a Heartland National Hospital Indemnity Plan application, we process it, issue the policy, we're paying commissions immediately. So I've actually seen agents write a piece of business on Monday, Tuesday, and they're getting paid by the end of the week on that business that they wrote. So everybody's really liking that expedited commission payment process. Technology, we understand that's important as well here at Heartland. So we created a great quoting tool and e-application for this product. And then product diversity, we also understand that our agents need more competitive products while they're out there in the field. So that's why we've enhanced our hospital indemnity plan, but we're also looking at working with our actuaries on developing new products, 2 of them being a standalone dental vision hearing plan, and then also a standalone lump sum cancer, heart, and stroke plan. So you can expect to see some more from us in the coming years on those products. But again, with that expansion into 36 states, that gave us the opportunity to come out with a new MedSup product in 14 of those states. And we've been working with Senior Insurance Marketing over the last 30 days or so on putting together a marketing plan. So you'll see that Medicare supplement product being launched here in June. So expect that information coming out from Todd and his team. We will be launching 10 states initially. We're going to have very, very competitive rates with those states, and we plan to hold those rates. So we've got a lot of exciting things going on here at Heartland National. So that's kind of that elevator pitch on who we are and where we're going. Here's a map of where the hospital indemnity product is available. This is actually our footprint across the United States here, all of those 36 states that we mentioned. That product is available in all 36 states. So whether in Missouri or up where Todd's at in Nebraska or Iowa, this product is available for you. So now, as I mentioned, when we were talking over today's topics, a lot of people tell you, you need to be doing this. You need to be packaging the hospital indemnity plan. And many of our competitors, they don't actually show you how to do that. They'll talk about the benefits of the product, tell you why it's great, but they don't actually show you, what's that taking that concept and actually putting it into a practical approach. How do you really do that? So I like to start off by kind of just giving you the landscape of aging into Medicare for our clients. So this next screen here is a really good visual representation of that. You've got your traditional Medicare on the left, Part A, Part B, and a prescription drug plan. But as agents, we know that's not comprehensive coverage. So many times, or more often than not, your client's going to choose either the option in the middle or the option on the right, and that's going to be determined based off a couple of different questions. So the option in the middle is your traditional Medicare A, B prescription drug plan, and then knowing that there's out-of-pocket expenses, and that's not comprehensive coverage just to have A and B alone, what do we do as agents? We offer Medicare supplement plans to our clients to help cover those out-of-pocket expenses. So now there's going to be some determining factors on whether they're going to choose that option or the option on the right, and one of the most important is obviously going to be price. So a Medicare supplement plan plus a prescription drug plan could cost your client, well over $150 a month in premium. So not everybody's got the ability to choose a MedSup. So that's why on the right-hand side you're seeing more and more enrollments into these plans. A Medicare Advantage plan is something that is also offered and can typically offered at a low premium or even a $0 premium. So that will include your Part A, Part B prescription drug coverage and maybe some extra preventative benefits as well. So with that $0 premium, that sounds great, but just like traditional Medicare where you're adding a MedSup to cover the gaps, there's going to be some gaps in coverage on your Medicare Advantage plan, and we need to make sure we are doing our job as agents and explaining those gaps to our clients, and then offering a hospital indemnity plan to help fill those gaps. So as a good visual representation, just kind of understanding that market as seniors are aging into Medicare and the different options that are available to them. You've got your Medicare supplement plan, and then you've got your Medicare Advantage plan, which you can package with a hospital indemnity plan to make sure that if your client is hospitalized on that plan, they're not having to come out of pocket $2,000 or more in excess, depending on how that plan is structured. So with that said, we're going to talk about this a little bit further and talk about building the hospital indemnity plan around a Medicare Advantage plan in order to protect your clients. So what I've got in front of us now is a summary of benefits on a Medicare Advantage plan in one of the areas of the country that we had been working with one of our agencies on. And you can see here the different out-of-pocket expenses that your client could absorb if certain things happen to them. So it's, again, important as agents to make sure we're communicating this to our clients, so that way if something unexpected were to happen to them, you've actually presented them with a solution to help fill those gaps. And one of the main out-of-pocket expenses that we like to point out initially is going to be what happens to your client if he or she is hospitalized. So you see that third line item down, inpatient hospital care, $340 copay for days 1 through 5. So that means if your client's hospitalized for 5 days, they're going to be responsible for that $340 for each day they're in there, which I think roughly translates to about $1,700. So again, if you haven't gone over the summary of benefits and your client's thinking that $0 plan is comprehensive coverage until they're hospitalized for 5 days and they get an invoice of $1,700 or more, they're going to be a little bit alarmed by that. So we want to make sure we're pointing these different costs out to them. You can see down to on the bottom of the summary of benefits, you've got a $225 ambulance copay, $90 ER copay. You've even got an outpatient surgery copay up here at $340, a skilled nursing facility copay above that. So just a lot of different a lot of different events that could trigger your client to have to pay some out-of-pocket costs. So and even more so, your max out-of-pocket on the bottom there is $4,500. So just understanding that, reviewing that with your client. Now we want to make sure we're protecting them from the different copays. But what I like to do on these calls is start simple. So let's take that inpatient hospital care copay, that ER copay, and that ambulance copay. So doing so, I've kind of stripped them from the summary of benefits, and I've identified them here on our screen in front of you. So what does that mean if something happens to your client? So here's the example we've got in front of us. Client experiences an accident or illness. They take the ambulance to the emergency room, and then they're admitted to the hospital for 5 days on that same Medicare Advantage plan that you enrolled them on at $0 premium. So what's going to happen to them? They're going to be responsible for the $90 ER copay, the $225 ambulance copay, and that $340 copay for 5 days while they're in the hospital. And total cost to your client at that point is going to be $2,015. So again, that could be quite a check to stomach if you're having to cut that while you're on that $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan. So what we want to do now is say, okay, we understand that we're enrolling you on this plan, $0 premium. You've got all these different exposures, but what we can do, Mr. or Mrs. Jones here, is we can add a hospital indemnity plan for about $30 a month to protect you in the event of a hospitalization. So I've got one on the screen here, and again, this goes back to taking that conceptual approach and putting it into practicality. We've got a 65-year-old that we're going to build this plan around, $350 per day benefit on the base plan to cover the $340 copay. We'll choose a benefit period of 5 days to cover those 5 days they're exposed to. The ER benefit is built into the base plan already at $150 per admission. And all we're going to do is add the ambulance rider for $200 per trip. So that's going to equate to a monthly premium of $28.92, including the household discount. And if your client had this plan and that exact scenario took place in the screen prior, they're going to get a benefit payment for $2,100. So in closing, 2 scenarios are going to happen to your client while he or she is hospitalized on that $0 premium Medicare Advantage plan. They're going to get an invoice due immediately for the $2,015, or they're going to get a check from Heartland National for $2,100, and you can turn back to your client and say, which do you prefer? So again, this is educational. By no means is this a salesy product. You go through the different benefits on that summary of benefits with your Medicare Advantage plan. You offer up coverage in the event of a hospitalization, and you let that client make the decision. And for one thing I can tell you is this is something that we've been getting in front of agents on for quite a long time. So if you're not doing it as an agent, there's going to be an agent that may follow you into that home and offer a plan like this. So if you haven't presented it and at least given your client the ability or option to take this out, you don't want someone else to follow up and actually do so and then feel like maybe your client was not really given everything that they could have received in order to make that educated decision. So now I like to even break it down a bit further. Maybe you've got a client that's just on the fence on whether or not they want the plan. So you can take it a step further and break it down by value. So in the instance of that one benefit payment of $2,100, if you divide that by the monthly premium, you're going to get $72.61, and that's a monthly figure. Divide that by 12, and basically what that's telling us is that it's going to take your client over 6 years to pay more in premium than he or she would receive in benefit from that instance of that one hospitalization. Now what's great about this plan is the benefits restore every 60 days. So it's not a one and done per calendar year. It's not a one and done period. The benefits restore every 60 days. So maybe this client received their first benefit and then 61 days later they're back in the hospital due to another accident or illness. And at that point, they're going to receive another benefit payment from Heartland National of $2,100 for a total benefit of $4,200 all within 1 year. Now, if you divide that by your monthly premium, as you guys can imagine, it's really going to kick that up, and it's going to take over 12 years for your clients to pay more in premium than he or she would receive in benefit from the instance of those two hospitalizations. So go ahead and lock that rate in now. This is an issue age-rated product, so as soon as you lock that rate in, that will be the rate that that your client pays for the life of the policy. The rates do not increase as the policyholder gets older. So as you can see, just from a conceptual play, all the way to showing you how to package the plan around a Medicare Advantage plan or the summary of benefits there, and then going into the value pieces of it when you start looking at the cost of the plan, it really makes it a no-brainer at this point for your client to make that decision. Or at least you as the agent, you've given them all of the information and education on whether or not they want to make that decision. So they're not coming back to you later down the road and saying, hey, you didn't offer this to me, and now I'm stuck with a $2,000 invoice from the hospital. So again, touching on what we talked about earlier in our presentation, the need of this product. If we've had a 1.0 available on the streets for a while, why did we create this product? We just really felt that we needed something that was a little bit more customizable. As you can see, the market shift to a lot of enrollments onto Medicare Advantage plans. And understanding those plans differ from one area of the country, we really wanted to give our agents the ability to kind of design this plan around whatever Medicare Advantage plan they're enrolling in, or around whatever coverage that client currently has. And it really goes back on us as the agents to understand what existing coverage our clients have and where a product that's as customizable as this one can really fit to help fill the gaps on their existing coverage. So now we're going to talk about the base plan and the different benefits that are available. On the base plan, basically how I like to present this is how much do you want to be covered per day, and how many days do you want to be covered for? And a lot of time that's going to revolve around that inpatient copay that you saw in that summary of benefits. So your client can choose from $100 to $600 in $50 increments, and benefit periods from 3 to 10 days, 15, 20, or 31. So if they've got a $350 copay for 6 days, they can build our base plan around it to match it exactly. If it's $300 for 5 days, they can build our base plan around it to match it exactly. So again, really just giving that customization back to you as the agent so you can build it exactly around that Medicare Advantage plan, or maybe even sell a little bit more benefit, knowing that, in addition to that copay, maybe there's the cost of boarding pets, or maybe loss of wages, or whatever that may be, but giving you the ability to select those different benefits there. We do cover observation at 100% of whatever that confinement amount they select above, up to 3 per calendar year. And then the only other benefit built into that base plan is that emergency room benefit at $150 per admission, up to 4 times per calendar year. And what's great about that ER benefit, it's a very heavily utilized benefit for our clients, so we do not require contingency that client be admitted to the hospital. I know nearly all of the different other plans out there, our competitors, require that contingency. So how would that work? You've got a client that they believe they're having a heart attack. They take the ambulance to the emergency room. They're stabilized. It was a panic attack or an anxiety attack, and they're sent home. They file that claim with Heartland National. We're going to go ahead and pay that ambulance benefit if they have the rider, and we're going to pay that ER benefit as well. If they file it with our competitors, since the client wasn't actually admitted into the hospital, that claim would be denied, and of course that's probably going to trigger a phone call back to the agent. So we understand that. We understand that from our experience on our 1.0 product, so there's no contingency to actually being admitted to the hospital on that ER benefit. And then again, guys, this benefits restore every 60 days. So you can see on the bottom there, I've got that bolded in parentheses, that this plan can restore and eventually pay again after that 60-day threshold. So that's our base plan. Again, how much do you want to be covered per day, and how many days do you want to be covered for? And a lot of times you can match it exactly around that Medicare Advantage plan copay. And then we've got some highlights with the plan as well. We've got a guarantee issue period between 64.5 to 65.5. The plan does have a 6-month pre-existing condition clause, which you'll see out there on all the different plans in this type of category, the hospital indemnity plan. But with that GI period, there's a unique opportunity for clients aging into Medicare to take this product out where they would maybe never have had the ability to do so in the past. Issue age is 18 to 85, like we talked about, so not only does it fit in the senior market, but there are instances, especially with high deductible health insurance plans out there, where this hospital indemnity plan can certainly package in the younger market. Household discount of 7%. We've got unisex rates. We do not discriminate tobacco versus non-tobacco, and this is an issue age rated product, so again, the premiums do not increase as the policyholder gets older. Is a simplified issue plan, so as far as underwriting goes, as long as your client answers no to the medical questions, we're going to go ahead and issue the plan. Dual application is available, so there is a one-time $25 application fee, but we do allow a dual application. That way you're not having to collect a policy fee from the husband and a wife if you're enrolling them both at the same time. So we do have the dual application available with this product. And then again, the reason why we love this plan so much is we've got 7 different riders that you can attach to that base plan to really tailor it around that individual client. So if cancer is important, you could add the cancer rider. If skilled nursing is important, you can add the skilled nursing facility rider. And we'll go over those benefits here shortly, but just wanted to again point that out on the base plan highlights. So now we'll touch on those 7 different riders that are available. Like our 1.0 product, we had a $10,000 lump sum cancer rider on that one. With the 2.0 version here on the Flex plan, we're allowing you to go up to $20,000 worth of coverage, and it's got a built-in recurrence benefit on it. There is a cancer in situ benefit that pays 25% of the principal amount, and actually a 5% skin cancer benefit. So I know a lot of plans out there don't pay anything for skin cancer, but we do have a 5% skin cancer benefit built into this rider here. And then that recurrence piece is really important as well, and we need to make sure that we're communicating that to our clients. Basically what that means is the rider can restore and pay again down the road once a person has been already paid this benefit period and they're in a period of remission and they've been cancer free. So we'll take a look at what that schedule looks like on the next slide. But really important to know that there is a recurrence benefit with that cancer rider. And you can select in increments of $1,000, so it really gives you that flexibility again on adding that on that rider. We looked at on that summary of benefits on that Medicare Advantage plan the max out of pocket of $4,500. One of the main reasons our clients are going to hit that max out of pocket would be due to the diagnosis of cancer. So we always like to add that cancer rider and present it alongside that max out of pocket. If it's a $4,500 max out of pocket, maybe present the cancer rider at $5,000 or potentially $10,000 if their finances can afford it, because many times cancer treatment can typically span more than 1 year. So really important just to kind of be thinking about that max out of pocket on the Medicare Advantage plans and how to position the lump sum cancer benefit. Additionally, we've got the lump sum hospital confinement benefit rider, and this rider really packages well on that younger demographic. Basically what it is it's a lump sum payment in addition to the base plan. So if you've got someone maybe on a high deductible health insurance plan at $2,500 high deductible, you could see where you could position the product at $500 per day of daily benefit for 3 days on that base plan, and then maybe add in a $2,000 lump sum hospital confinement benefit rider. So that means if your client's hospitalized for 1 day, they're going to get the $500 from the base plan, $2,000 from this lump sum rider here, and a total benefit payment to them for $2,500 to really help protect them against that high deductible health insurance that's out there. So again, just another way to position that rider. Certainly can be used in the senior market as well. You'll just see the premiums will be a little bit costly in order to do so, because that's essentially a lump sum payment up to twice per year just in the event of a hospitalization. Then again, the next 2 riders that you can see here really go back to that summary of benefits. There was a $340 outpatient surgery copay for that $0 premium plan we were looking at. And this rider gives you the ability to protect your client from that outpatient surgery, so they can select $100 to $1,000 in $100 increments, and that's again payable 2 procedures per calendar year to cover that outpatient surgery copay. And then again, furthermore, you've got the skilled nursing facility benefit rider. It's got a 20-day elimination period, and this rider will pick up and pay days 21 through 100 at either $150 per day or $200 per day. So give you the ability to cover almost all of it with the $150 or $200. We'll be covering all of it in excess. And again, guys and gals, this plan is an indemnity plan. So even if they're responsible for $172 on the skilled nursing copay, we're going to pay them $200 per each day they're in there. Even if they're only responsible for $250 copay on the base plan and maybe you sold them a $350 per day plan, we're paying that client $350 and they can do whatever they like with the excess money. But again, this is an indemnity plan. We pay your client directly for whatever monies they've signed up for when they took the product out. Here is a visual of that recurrent schedule. So once your client's been paid out, maybe they've got a $10,000 benefit, they get diagnosed with internal cancer, we pay that benefit out to your client. They go through cancer treatment, they're in a period of remission, and they're no longer having cancer. The benefits begin to restore. So after being cancer-free for 1 year, the benefits restore to 10%, 2 years 25%, and you can see down the schedule here back to 100% after 5 years. So after 5 years of being cancer-free, that benefit would restore back to $10,000. So really another nice feature to talk about when you're presenting this plan to your clients. And here's a check, actually. One of my colleagues down the hall, Bill Ellsworth, he wrote this plan. He wrote the product on one of his clients back in 2010 with our 1.0 plan. You can see the effective date 4/13/2010. That client was on the fence on whether or not they wanted to select that lump sum cancer rider. They ended up doing so, and you can see by the service dates here, 10/13/13, they were actually diagnosed with cancer 3 years later. So fortunate for them that Bill was able to explain the importance of this rider, and then he was able to help them get this check for $10,000. So while this won't alleviate your client's concerns, fears, or reservations about going through cancer treatment, a $10,000 or $15,000 or even a $20,000 check from Heartland National would at least provide them with a little peace of mind from a financial standpoint as they begin to go through that cancer treatment. So really, really important to make sure we're presenting that cancer rider when you have the opportunity to do so. The last 3 riders that are available are the ambulance benefit rider at $200 per trip, which includes air ambulance. Again, not contingent on a hospital admission. I believe it's $2 and change to add this rider. I see it on about 95% of the apps that come across my desk. So it's pretty much a no-brainer to add that rider to the plan. We also have a wellness benefit rider, which can be added to pay a $25 benefit for each health screening test that your client has, up to 4 per calendar year, and you can see on the right side what some of those tests looks like: colonoscopy, mammogram, pap smear, physical examination, vision or hearing exam, breast ultrasound, biopsy for skin cancer. So any one of those different wellness tests that your client may have done throughout the course of the year, if they have that rider, we're going to pay them a $25 benefit. And then lastly, we've also added a dental vision hearing rider to the plan. Kind of helps your clients get a little bit of extra coverage from having a plan like this alongside a Medicare Advantage plan. So not only would you have your base plan to cover you for the hospitalization, then potentially the cancer rider to cover you in the event of being diagnosed with cancer, but then you can add this dental vision hearing rider to the policy as well, and really have essentially 3 plans in one with 1 policy and 1 carrier, which is quite unique but very attractive to a lot of your clients out there. So we'll talk briefly about how that dental vision hearing rider works. Essentially, your client can pick either $1,000 of calendar year benefit or $1,500. There is a $100 deductible, but what I did not want to make subject to that deductible were your preventative services like your dental cleanings, vision exams, or hearing exams. So you can see those different benefits on the bottom of your screen there. After 3 months of having this policy in effect, none of those would actually be subject to the deductible. The last thing I wanted to have happen was your client take the plan out, they go in for a dental cleaning, they submit the invoice to us, and it all gets absorbed by the deductible, and they're left sitting there going, well, why did I even have the plan in the first place? So we don't want those preventative services to be subject to the deductible, so it's just important as agents that we know that timeline. Additionally, and even furthermore, After 6 months, that's when your basic services will kick in, your fillings, root canal treatment, the ability to go out and purchase eyeglasses, contact lens, hearing aids, or even purchase hearing aid supplies or take your hearing aids in to get repairs. So 6 months for your basic services. I will note there is a $200 calendar year maximum for your eyewear or hearing aids. A lot of times you'll see with our competitors that restores every 2 years, so nice to know that you can go have those eyeglasses 1 year or maybe purchase those contact lenses the following year. And then after 12 months will be your major services, your bridges, crowns, dentures, and extractions. And you may be saying, well, how much do you pay on all those services? Because I know it's not 100%. During your 1 year, we're going to pay 60% of charges. Years 2 and after, we're going to pay 70%, and then 3 and beyond, 80% of charges. So it does go up to all the way up to 80%, and we're paying off of actual charges, which is something that's also unique in the market. Everyone else pays off of usual, customary, and reasonable. So we are paying after actual charges, and then 80% on major services, years 3 and beyond. So very aggressive from years 3 and beyond. The longer your client has the policy in force, the more generous those benefits will get. On the screen here, we've got a copy of our application. We won't go through that, but it is important to note that once you log into your Heartland Agent portal, you can pull the application or any of the supplies that you need from your Resources tab, and you can also order supplies from that Resources tab if need be. I'm going to skip through these here. What also is important is to note that appended to the back of your app packet is the outline of coverage. So maybe there's a question that arises during your presentation of the product. You can always flip back to your outline of coverage in that app packet to maybe find the answer you're looking for. It does a really nice job summarizing the different benefits of the plan, and you can even leave that with your client. So now I just want to go very briefly over the next 2 slides to talk about the importance of this product, not only in today's market, but as well for you as agents. So why is this product important? Well, it's important because with the Medicare Advantage plan market that we're in, there's going to be gaps in that coverage. And if your client experiences an event where they're triggered and have to go to the hospital, they could be out of pocket quite a bit of money. So it's important that we're doing our job as agents to provide them with all the plans that are available to them to protect them in that instance or in that event. So the product fits like a glove in the Medicare Advantage plan market, like we looked at with the different benefits and the summary of benefits on the MAPD plan that we saw, or that I showed to you all. So fitting in the Medicare Advantage market like a glove, it's just a no-brainer to actually make sure to present that product to your clients when you're doing those enrollments. It's also important in the under 65 market for those with out-of-pocket health care expenses and deductibles, like I positioned the lump sum confinement benefit rider with the high deductible health insurance plan. As you're seeing, those benefits on those younger age plans are getting stripped out more and more, and premiums continue to soar. So for $30 a month, you can certainly add the hospital indemnity plan to protect your client for some of that first dollar coverage that they're now having to be responsible for, all the way up until that high deductible threshold. So again, fits great in the Medicare Advantage plan market, also fits well in the under 65 market, and then for those clients just looking for extra coverage, fits well in that space as well. But like I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we just got to know our clients, know what coverage they currently have, and we're a product that's as flexible and customizable as this plan is, where it can fit in today's market, or with your client in today's market. And then why should you offer this plan? Well, it's an opportunity for you to earn new income on the clients that you've already got. So you've already built that relationship and trust with the client. You've enrolled them into a Medicare Advantage plan. If you take just the extra time to present this product, typically you'll be able to sell 1 in 3 of those plans that you present the product to. So it's just, again, another opportunity for you to earn income, reduce that cost, or reduce that client acquisition cost by helping generate more commissions. And not only that, but you're providing your client with coverage to help with those out-of-pocket health care expenses. So again, just an educational approach, making sure to provide your client with all the different options that are available to them and let them make that informed decision. And then again, like you saw in the premiums, it's very affordable for your client. So I'm not asking for $75 a month or $100 per month. For about $30 a month, you can truly cover that base plan for your client, even at age 65. And then competitive commissions. Senior Insurance Marketing does a great job offering the most competitive commissions that are out there in today's market. So this product offers very competitive commission, a heaped year one commission with a standard default of a 9-month advance, and then there's actually renewals with this product as well. So as long as the policy stays on the book, you will get a renewal from Heartland National. And then we know during AEP, and we got AEP coming up, it's going to be here before you know it, but we know that Medicare Advantage commissions aren't being paid until after the effective date, so how are you subsidizing that income during AEP? Offering a hospital indemnity plan would be a great way to do so. And then again, in terms of that expedited commission payment process, as soon as you submit that app to us, we're going to process it and typically process it within about 2 business days, and then we're paying commissions immediately after that. So, again, write the plan on Monday. You'll probably get paid by Friday for it, and another great way to subsidize that income during AEP. So with all of that said, I am going to pull up our quoting tool to run a couple of different examples for you. At the end of our presentation, if there's anything that I can do to help maybe set up a training on its own for you or your agents, just let me know. The quoting tool in eApp is a phenomenal tool to be used, and even Todd's team can help you walk through that process if you have any questions. But what I'm going to do now is pull up heartlandagent.com. Again, that's our agent portal, and I'll show you guys how to use our quoting tool. So, Todd, are you able to, I want to just confirm, Todd, that you're able to see my screen here, heartlandagent.com. Are you able to see that, sir?
Yes, I'm able to see it.
Perfect. Okay, so again, guys, the URL, heartlandagent.com, you can see on the top. Your username will be your writing number. Your password will be unique to yourself. I'm going to log in here. I'm going to log in with my admin and then log in as my agent. So my number is 509-9290. And this is going to be the screen where all of our agents, once they log in and enter those credentials, is going to pop up like this here. So if you need to research a policyholder, you can do so by entering their last name or their policy number. If you've written paper applications and you want to scan and upload them to your agent portal for processing, you can do so right here. Contact information on the right-hand side, main phone number, tele-underwriting if you've got any underwriting questions. Pending apps you can see up here, recent commissions that have been paid out, my information right there. The supplies tab that I mentioned to you earlier, you can click on that and see all the different products that we've got in the different states that you're appointed with. Also order supplies if need be, underwriting guides that are available here, support tab. The Contact Us page that you can see, I kind of stripped that out and put it into our presentation from earlier. So if you didn't take a picture of that, you can actually log in and pull down that Contact Us. But again, if you haven't got contracted with us, please do so through Senior Insurance Marketing, and then we'll be happy to walk you through logging into your portal and making sure that you've got all the tools that you need to get out there in the field and make sure that you've got everything in order to be able to go ahead and present the product. So now I want to show you under the Support tab. So under the Support tab, the very bottom here, you see Secure Flex eApp, and that's where I wanted to point out to you guys to show you how to access our quoting tool. So I'm going to click on the Secure Flex eApp here, and it's going to pull up our quote tool. So you can see you can quote 1 or 2 applicants. We'll quote 2 here, and I think that's $65. We'll do $300 per day for 5 days. So actually what I want to show you on this now is we're going to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this. So the first person I'm going to show you is going to be someone who's 65 years old, and maybe you're trying to cover that Medicare Advantage plan copay and add some riders to it. But maybe they've got someone that also lives in the home that's on a high deductible health insurance plan. Maybe it's a son or daughter, in this case a daughter, and you're looking to protect them from that out-of-pocket exposure on that high deductible plan. So we've got a 65-year-old. We're going to have a 1985, so that will be a 34-year-old. We'll do the $500 per day for 3-day approach that I mentioned earlier. We'll choose state of Missouri, and then the household discount is very easy to qualify for in the majority of the states. You just have to live with someone 18 years or older and have resided with them for the past 12 months, or it be your partner. So super easy to qualify for. There are a couple states that do require 2 applicants apply. So Todd's team will have that information, but as well you'll be able to see that on your app packet. So it'd be nice to go ahead and review that application, even if it is just a paper app, before you go out and present the product so you can see how it's structured. So now we've got 65-year-olds we're going to cover on the MAPD side. We've got a 34-year-old we're going to cover on the high deductible side, and we're going to hit run quote. So the next screen here will tell you the age on the top, 65, 34. Top right-hand side is going to give you your current totals. So for the 65-year-old, for $300 per day for 5 days, it's $25.11, so extremely competitive. And then you can see on the son or daughter, or the daughter in this case, for $500 per day for 3 days, it's only $13.95. So on that MAPD side, let's look at that one first. They had that $4,500 max out of pocket, so I'm going to add a $5,000 lump sum cancer rider. You can see it breaks it out on the side here, how much that costs per month for the base plan, and then for the different riders that are available. You can see on the top right, $39.99 is what that's totaled after you've added $5,000 of cancer coverage to protect from the max out of pocket. I told you 95% of the apps that come across my desk have the ambulance rider, so I'm going to add that to the plan. So now you've got your base plan covered, you've got your cancer rider available or attached to it, you've got the $200 ambulance for a 65-year-old for $42.22 per month. So very competitive from a premium standpoint, especially when you've added that cancer rider to the plan. So we'll leave that one. One thing I didn't mention earlier on the guarantee issue, all of the riders are guarantee issue except for the lump sum cancer rider. There is a 5-year look back with that rider that's applied at all times. But yes, all the other riders are available, guarantee issue outside of that cancer rider there. And then for the 34-year-old, we've got the $500 per day for 5 days. I want to add the outpatient or the lump sum hospital confinement. So again, trying to protect them against the high deductible health insurance plans maybe that they're enrolled in. We're going to add $2,000. So you can see that's going to jump up quite a bit, but the reason being is if they're hospitalized for 1 day, they're going to get a check for $2,000, and that's payable twice per year. So now you've got the Medicare client, the high deductible health client, all buttoned up here with very nice options, and I might even add that $200 ambulance rider there on the younger market as well. And you can see you're at $42.22 for the MAPD and $44.45 for the client in that younger demographic. So again, you can enroll these both on the same application through our e-app, but the point is that they can select entirely different benefits. So it's really nice to have the ability to sit down with those clients, plug and play with the different benefits, make sure you're hitting the price point that they're looking for, and you can actually get them involved on this process as well in order to design the plan based off of the, what is their need. So if cancer is important, you add the cancer rider. If skilled nursing is important, you add that skilled nursing rider. And like I mentioned, when you get the clients involved, typically that business stays on the books quite a bit longer. And by that point, you've done a great job presenting it, showing why it's important, broken out the value plays, and showing how it fits with some of the different coverage that they currently have. That I bet they're going to keep this plan for as long as they're enrolled in whatever coverage that they have. So again, quote tool, the next button here is going to be apply now, and that's going to walk you through the e-application process. It's a very, very slick e-app. We've got nothing but great feedback with it. Just know that there's 2 signature options at the end. We use DocuSign as our signature vendor. So if you're in person, you can use actually DocuSign in person. It'll pull up an iframe, and that client will be able to accept the terms and conditions and sign it right then and there while you're at the kitchen table. Or if you're writing the product over the phone, or maybe you had someone that you presented the product to, they call you back, say, hey, I really want to take this plan out. You go over the e-app with them over the phone, and you can actually use DocuSign via email. An email will go to them, tracks their IP address, confirms that they received it, accepted the conditions, and they can actually sign it from a completely different location using DocuSign via email. So a lot of different options offered, and having the ability to quote the product when you've got so many different riders really makes our jobs a lot easier when you've got a quick quoting tool such as this. And you can actually go out and quote the product before appointments even, so maybe have a couple different options already worked through that you may want to present to the client based off of what their existing coverage is. I actually have this on my phone. You can pull up the quoting tool on your phone and use it. So just, again, under us here at Heartland National, understanding the importance of having these kind of tools for our agents in order for them to do business with us. So if there's any questions about getting that riding number, getting contracted with us, please reach out to the Senior Insurance Marketing team. They do a phenomenal job over there helping support our agents. We can't appreciate our relationship with them any more than we've got. So I'm going to see if I can turn this back to our screen. Again, this is wrapping up on heartlandagent.com. I am going to go all the way back to our initial screen here with the contact us information, just in case, let's see, can I get back there? Just in case you guys didn't get a snapshot of that earlier in the PowerPoint. Again, some contact information on the left-hand side there. If you need me, there's my email, there's my phone number. Dolly, she's in charge of our contracting department, so if you need to reach out to her, maybe you need to get appointed in a couple additional states or what may have you, you do have the ability to reach out to her directly. We have got a top-notch agency services team that Cindy Laster runs here in our office. She's been through about every scenario out there for our agents. So again, this is just representing our knowledge and ability to help our agents along the way, not only now at the onset, but again, when you need us most. So with all of that said, I am going to turn it back over to Todd as I pull up the senior insurance marketing screen here. I know not only do they do a great job on the Medicare Advantage plan side and offering ancillary products like hospital indemnity plans in order to make sure that their agents are knowledgeable about the new products that are available. Again, this product was just launched in July of last year, and we're already getting phenomenal traction with it. So if you're not doing it, you still got time to get out there and start doing it before AEP this year. But additionally, I know I've leaned on Todd and Mike's team out there for questions in regards to cancer products. They've got phenomenal knowledge on cancer products, short-term care products. Todd does a great job on the annuity side and life side as well. Medicare supplements, they've got the quoting tool that's available for you. So that's, I mean, senior insurance marketing, nobody else better to do business with. So with that said, Todd, I'm going to turn it back over to you, but I certainly appreciate you having me on today's call. Anytime I can get in front of your agents is something I look forward to. So Todd, I'll turn it back over to you, but thank you all for being on today's call. It doesn't look like I have any messages or questions at the moment, and I typically give myself a joking pat on the back. That means maybe I've answered all of them with the presentation. So thanks again, everybody. Todd, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Nick. Really appreciate it. And if you want to review this webinar, feel free to just go to our website. This recorded webinar will be on there along with our other recorded webinars as well too. So it gives you an opportunity to review it again, because sometimes I'm going to need to listen to the webinar like maybe 2 or 3 times to pick up some information that I didn't get the first time. So feel free to give us a call at Senior Insurance Marketing, 877-800-3080, and we'll be happy to help you out with any products, the Heartland hospital indemnity product, plus also a wide range of other products we have available to help you help your clients, because we want to make you grow your business and also have your clients have the right product so when they do need it, they have it at their fingertips and can use it. So feel free to give us a call anytime, 877-800-3080. We'll be happy to help you out. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.